That's one, I say, watching him crawl out from under a pile of clones, scanning the field for his princess. Get Stuffy to the woods. We need to rescue Merlin. I reach for her bag, determined to get my crystal away from her. I'll take this. No! Agatha retorts, wrenching it back with more strength than I can challenge. Her steeliness burns through her princess blue eyes. 1 hour, or I'm coming back for you. And then she's running, diving for Tetros, and seizing him by the wrist and dragging him towards the woods, thinking it's me. Tetros doesn't resist, either because he knows it's Agatha, or because it happens too fast for him or anyone else to understand. But Ryan sees them. His Tetros knows exactly what's happening. He won't let them get away. His eyes fly to his sword on the ground. He bows for Excalibur. I'm there first. I hold up King Arthur's sword to the boy who claims to be his son, the boy who thinks he's king, the boy who put this sword out of the stone, and who I could kill by his team. But I've only killed for one person in my life. A friend I still haven't learned to live without. Ryan doesn't deserve such a fate. I have other ways. This is Tetros, I declare to Ryan's men around me, pointing Excalibur at the king. This is the imposter. This is him. An army of Tetroses converge on the king. Ryan backs up. No. Wait. He's Tetros. He's him. Then he gapes at me, his self-assurance cracking beneath Tetros' facade. But if you're Tetros... He looks back at Agatha and the prince, hurtling for the woods. Then who are... Get him! I cry. No! Ryan screams. But it's too late. The heinous stays blood. His men besiege him. I sink to my knees, Excalibur spilling out my hands into the grass, my body drained of life despite its veneer of youth. Inside, my lungs wither. My heart flutters. My eyes cloud as if I'm already far away. As Ryan is crushed beneath his own mob, I look back at my two Tetroses, helping each other over the gatehouse wall that separates the castle from the woods. Suddenly they freeze, as if something in their touch has given it away. Agatha stares at the real Tetros in horror before she spins to me, the Tetros who kicked at her, left behind on the battlefield. The ground shudders, followed by the echo of hoofs. A dark horse shrieks across the hill like a spatter. Its rider is blacked out by the sun as he crashes through the Tetroses, assailing the king, shattering their bones and spraying them aside, before he swings off his saddle and sweeps the broken Tetros into his hands. Crouched over the king, the shadow touches Ryan, as if he knows who he is beneath Tetros' face. His fingers run along Ryan's bruised, blooded chest, feeling it rise and fall, alive with breath. Gently, he lays the king down. Then his cool blue eyes find me like sapphires in a cave. He moves quickly, a black fog, like death itself. As he dances over me, his face comes into focus. Japheth bares his teeth, his cheeks flecked with Ryan's blood, his fists clouded with murder. He pulls Excalibur out of the grass, my princely face reflected in its steel. Behind him, I see my two Tetroses sprinting to save me. I give them a smile that tells them I'm at peace. This is what I've chosen. This is what I want. They went faster, harder towards me, but it's too late. Little boy who thinks he's a man. Little boy who thinks he's a king. Japan sniffs at me. You tried to kill the one I love, and now look at you. On your knees, bowing down to my brother, bowing down to the real king. I turn my smile on Japan. No snake will ever be king, I foam. He puts my face to mine. Long live Tedros. With a word, the snake wings the sword for my neck. I look boldly into his eyes, reverting to my true form. His eyes flare in shock as the blade hits. I shatter to a million crystals, spraying into the air, each filling up with a youth I've never known before they disperse, like seeds that will grow in a new time. What's left of me rises like a mist, filling in stronger, deeper than ever before. Higher, higher, the colors growing more vibrant around me like an aurora, until I'm awash in a swirl of celestial glow. And then, as I look up, I see someone waiting. Someone who's waited patiently for me all this time. Just a little bit higher. There is no fear of flying, no temptation to turn back. I lift into the light, my soul laid bare, as Leonora Lasso bends down and wraps me in her arms like the wings of a swan. Agatha, the only safe place in the woods. Two Tedroses jumped over the gatehouse wall, throttling for the woods beyond the castle. Hurry! The real Tedros panted, dragging his clone past the gatehouse, emptied of guards who were still on the battlefield. Tears streamed down Agatha's cheeks as she hugged the dean's back to her muscled flank, her thick flanks and broad shoulders hampering her run. Blood and sweat streaked their bare chests, though her prince looked far worse. A strange deja vu seeped into Agatha's grief, as if she had lived these scenes before. All at once, the spell broke and she melted back into her own body, her tattered dress reappearing with a borrowed swan crest, her shoulders smaller, her legs more nimble. But the crush of emotions was still the same. No fate, she choked. Tedros, she's... I know, he said, his voice weakened. He pulled her into the woods, past the first line of trees, winging waves of wet and yellow leaves. She could hear his heavy grunts, every part of his body whacked. The only solace was that there left Ryan in far worse shape. Brambles hooked onto her dress and Tedros' breeches, their shoes slipping on heaps of that autumn frost.